Howdy, y'all. Welcome back to another Messages from Mars, your weekly dose of mundane medicine given to you from the planets and served to you right here on the Medicinal Melange podcast. I'm Elizabeth, medical astrologer, clinical herbalist, and owner of the Medicinal Melange. And every Tuesday, but in this case, Wednesday, I walk through the astrology so you can bring grounded, empowering energy back into your life. No fluffy shit, just real talk with a planetary twist. So, this is coming out on a Wednesday because the world was pretty heavy, and I can't tell y'all to take the mental breaks when you need to and then turn around and not take my own advice. Looking at yesterday's astrology, July 1st, the Virgo moon is sitting right on top of the South Node. And the South Node is very draining. And since it is in the sign of being of service, things getting taken away, draining, liquidating. If you're in America, I'm sure you're doing the math that I'm mathing right now. But you probably had this pit in your stomach that was like, maybe we can get past this. Maybe we got a shot. But really, life kicked us in the teeth yet again. And if you're feeling emotionally empty or like that hope is gone, first of all, don't worry, you're not alone. A lot of us are feeling this rage. I hope you take the time to rest your nervous system and your heart. Herbs like passion flower, mimosa for grief and anger. Motherwort is also another great one. Leonaris cardiaca Cardi cardiaca? Yeah, that's it. Is the Latin for motherwort, so it literally translates to lion heart. But that's a great one when you feel like you need to roar, but also you need to soothe that nervous system so that way it's not dysregulated for the next 8 hours after you roar. The body needs to feel held emotionally right now. So, supporting that nervous system and getting that fire outward in constructive ways is really important. The theme this month across the board is to create your own peace, your own abundance, because as I'm trying to say a little bit more often instead of like putting panic when I'm like, hey, shit's hitting the fan. Instead, I'm saying the astrology is astrologizing. And it's definitely not cute, but it doesn't at least elicit this response in the nervous system when I say it in that manner. So on July 2nd, Pluto is opposing Mercury. And this has been exact for the last few days. And it makes it hard to talk about the massive transformations that are happening inside of you. Maybe you feel like you've changed so much, but you're avoiding speaking up about it or stumbling over your words or just like straight up checking out Homer Simpson style and seeping back into the bushes. Especially if you're a Pisces, this is your natural tendency when things get rough is to just like go back into your Piscean cave. You feel like you just want to ghost everybody. Fixed signs, especially. So that's Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. This is going to hit you the hardest. If you're stuck, practice saying what you meant out loud. Even if it's just to yourself. You look in the mirror and you're like, you are a badass bitch, or whatever you want to say. Whatever transformation is on the inside, just practice saying it out loud, because the more you practice, even talking to yourself out loud, the more you'll be able to kind of roll into this new version of yourself with ease. July 3rd, if you have a Libra moon especially, is your lucky day. Set massive intentions, especially around relationships, inner harmony, because on the 3rd, the vertex, a point of like fate, crosses over the moon, making this your point where intentions just carry extra weight out into the universe. So it's really a lucky day for everybody, but especially if you have a Libra moon. July 4th is especially astrologizing. July 4th really comes in hot with Venus conjuncting Uranus in Taurus. This will be at an anaretic degree, which makes it very spicy. Everyone's struggling to find the beauty in life. We're out there in the park enjoying our day, and we're like, what is this freedom? Where is the freedom? Explain freedom to me, because this ain't it. And I definitely feel you. If you've been listening to me, you know that late June into July is messy. I've been saying that for a few months, so don't be shocked if this especially will feel intense. Venus rules over love, money, your magnetism. So if the tension shows up in your relationship, consider sitting down with your partner over a cup of Amare tea. My Amare tea helps soften the walls that you build up between you two, helping you lead each other through breaking down walls. If you want to sip it alone, it's great for emotional baggage and just kind of releasing. So that way you can actually talk instead of blame each other. Also, if you want to kind of lean more towards the money aspect of Venus, you could work with a tea like my Brigitte tea, which is a manifestation tea. It's also really good for eyesight, so there's a little bonus there. After Venus goes conjunct, Venus will then move into Gemini. And that feels very flirty and fun, and it's really nice. And there's a certain je ne sais quoi to the Gemini ruled parts of your body, your lungs, your hands, your shoulders. The lungs are going to be supported, they're going to feel a little bit stronger, less restricted. The hands, shoulders, everything. Like expect your words to flow, your breath will feel lighter, more playful, more supported across the board. Meanwhile, the moon is trining Jupiter. And this has like a very, very small window of optimism and this emotional buoyancy or sense of expansion in your heart. So let yourself dream a little bigger here, but stay grounded because Neptune is also slowing down to station and then turn retrograde next week. And this is really important because Neptune rules oceans, rules music and art and dreams and illusions. Keyword there, illusions. Neptune is currently in Aries and then it's going to go retrograde. So with Neptune in Aries, we have this Aries flair to it that's a little bit more impulsive. So watch for big, reckless decisions that impact everybody. Maybe a tech bro is skipping environmental reviews because some people got rid of all of the steps in between and accidentally like spills toxic shit into water systems. There's a beauty here too, okay? I don't want to all doom and gloom. There is a beauty here. Your illusions about what you're seeing, about what you're being force fed, those are dissolving. The fantasy you built around yourself or even the world will definitely be cracking. But that's where reality and truly healing comes in. If you celebrate the 4th, don't be surprised if it feels less cheerful this year. Please, please, please lean into herbs like passion flower right now. I make a non-alcoholic tincture called Tranquillium that features passion flower to help regulate the nervous system. So you can process what's happening without flipping into that fight or flight every time you see another like breaking news alert on your phone. On July 5th, the moon moves into Scorpio, putting an extra emphasis on your excretory systems. That's what Scorpio rules over. Anything that gets things out. And so the moon will be opposing Uranus, and that can bring a little bit more of a, oh crap, all of a sudden kind of moment. It can make you feel like you're ready to hit the streets and riot. Uranus is still in Taurus, so avoid any big decisions around money or property today, and instead take care of yourself. Maybe embody that Taurus like mindset and create this sanctuary at home and just stay there. Okay. That's my advice for July 5th. Stay home. July 6th is a powerful day to support your GI system, especially if you felt stagnant with the South Node still in Virgo. The sun will be in Cancer and the moon will be in Scorpio, creating 2 water signs. So our 2 lights, the sun and the moon, those are both called the lights. They are in water signs. So that watery flow helps move waste out and clear heat out. Moistening herbs like aloe or plantain. I love licorice root because it's naturally very sweet. I have it in my Reese's tea if you'd like to experience what that tastes like. Marshmallow is also perfect for today. It's really going to soothe the inflammation in the body, move things along in your gut, and calm any sort of irritation that you have in your skin, but also just soothe both your gut and your skin. And remember, Cancer and Scorpio together can bring big emotional releases as well, so let them flow. And then on Monday is the day I've been waiting for. It is huge. July 7th. Uranus enters Gemini. And again, if you've been here a minute, you know that I've been saying this is one of the most important shifts. Uranus is an electrical planet, so pay attention to EMF exposure. A lot of this blue light fucks with your pineal gland. We're surrounded with blue light all the time. And for Aquarius specifically, or depending on where Uranus is in your chart, the nervous system is going to thank you for unplugging, getting outside and putting your bare feet on the ground and centering yourself, centering your mind, centering your thought patterns before they start spiraling forward. And on top of that, the moon is in Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is part man, part horse. So again, we're thinking wild horses that just want to run wild. The mind will feel very scattered because you're running in all sorts of directions instead of jumping place to place with your thoughts and never really landing. We want to make sure that we're slowing down our racing thoughts. If you go to the medicinalmelange.com, a little purple box pops up. And if you put your name and email into that, you will be sent my free breathwork guide. And it gives you each house. So if you want to focus on a specific kind of area in life that you want to focus on, you can do a breathwork for that. But that will help you slow that racing thought pattern. The moon also squares Mars in Virgo, which skips right past rational thought and goes right into panic mode. So any nervines are going to be your best friend on this day. Kava is like pretty chill. I have that in my Selene tincture. And if you shop at any of the stores that carry my tinctures, they will have Selene on hand. But that features kava. You can also work with skullcap, which is going to take the tension out of your body. You know, like when your mind's racing and then your muscles are all tight because you have so much tension in your body, that's what skullcap's good for. And passion flower, similar, but way more important when we're talking about supporting the nervous system to begin with. So these herbs can definitely help you keep your mind from sprinting into chaos. If today's episode stirred something in you, the emotions felt a little bit more seen, maybe you're just ready to go deeper in your chart with me, I offer virtual astrology readings. I have an astrology and mediumship reading, but my most popular is definitely my medical astrology reading, which is including one-time sessions, and I also have quarterly subscriptions as well. And as always, if you're craving deeper transformation, my year-long mentorship, The Sun, is where we do the real work. Every month, we explore a different house in your chart through live sessions together. We do breath work, tarot, journaling. I lead you through guided hypnosis, herbal tools, whatever your body and spirit needs most in that moment. This is intimate, personalized, and built to integrate astrology into the way you live and heal. Every Sunday, you can catch me at Deja Vu Esoterica in San Antonio. I read from 11 to 3 for in-person astrology and mediumship readings. Just head to themedicinalmelange.com. You can click on astrology readings or the sun to find what's right for you. Until next week, honor your rhythm, trust your body and your intuition, and protect your peace. I'll see you soon.